the quiet power of presence. It doesn't need to prove, it simply is. This episode is for the woman who's done with loud strategies and proving energy. She's ready to lead from a deeper place, from energetic clarity, from stillness, and from embodiment. If you've ever felt drained, trying to do more, say more, or be more seen, this episode is your reset. Because we're going to explore how true influence is felt, not forced, and why your quiet, grounded presence is the most magnetic leadership energy you could ever embody. Hi, and welcome back to You Can and You Will Create a Life You Love, the podcast for ambitious women ready to elevate their mindset, claim their power, and create success with clarity and confidence. I'm Kathrine Louis. I'm a business and life coach, expert in elite mindset shifts and women's empowerment, and very proud mama of 3. With nearly 2 decades of experience, I help women break free from self-doubt, embody their power, and lead with precision and alignment. Each week, I will bring you high-level strategies, mindset shifts, and bold insights to help you set powerful standards, make unapologetic moves, and step fully into the woman you are meant to be. Because here's the truth. You can and you will. Subscribe now and let's elevate together. And just in case you want more from me besides just my podcast episode, check out the show notes down below where you will find all of the good stuff. Hi, my love, and welcome back. I'm so excited for this one because this is all of the good stuff. This is all of the successful female entrepreneur, female board member. This is where you want to be at, because I feel like specifically as women, we have that thing where we really have to prove ourselves, or we have to claim that space. And for most of us, we mistaken that needs to look like over justifying ourselves, being over present, being over just everything. However, energetic presence is so much more powerful than words, and it is nothing you have to explain to somebody, because this is something being sensed, being felt. And this is why it's probably not that big of a thing. Like, males don't have to do that. They're just present, period. But for us women, specifically when we're under such enormous pressure, that can become a thing. And especially nowadays, where I feel like we're in a world which is so addicted to noise. And just if you think about social media, where everybody feels like needs to be present 24/7, because there's just so much going on and it never has a day off. Your calm energy really is the distinction. It is what really does become your superpower. And again, women so often feel pressure to overperform, over-explain, and specifically over-deliver. However, magnetic leadership is about who you are before you even speak. And this is something people latch onto, or they don't. And in this episode, we're going to explore how to activate your energetic presence and actually allow yourself being that person who is leading the room, the business, and the vision. And that definitely becomes a thing when you haven't been there. And I know there are people, and specifically women out there, who do this so naturally, and we're like, how does she do it? But if you're one of those people, don't worry, I got you. I'm going to teach you how to be that version of yourself. Because remember, this is about embodying yourself, not becoming somebody else. But this is in you, and this is where we want to go to. So why stillness actually speaks louder than striving? I really want to explain. Quiet power does not mean less powerful. That's another thing that tends to get mistaken quite a bit. However, it does mean deeply rooted. And when you are in this calm, present, centered self, that is so magnetic because people will immediately sense that. Just if you don't know what I'm talking about, just picture two people, one of them being in that calm and centered energy, and the other person being so chaotic all over the place. So tell me, who would you rather follow, specifically in leadership? It's kind of obvious, isn't it? And when you lead from that energetic clarity, you attract instead of chase. And also, this kind of chasing energy is no good. It doesn't feel good. It feels rather chaotic. It feels needy. It feels pressure. It feels stress. And this is why I really want to guide you on how to regulate your nervous system. You know, I'm a huge fan of nervous system work because it does all the things and really ground into stillness and then command that space you are in with a soft, however, yet very unmissable power. And that's the sweet spot. So, if you've been wondering why stillness is speaking louder than thriving when it's actually more quiet, right? Quiet power does not mean less powerful. It really means deeply rooted. And that strength is something specifically in this day and age. I mean, have you been checking the news lately? What we all need. And we dive into how cultivating stillness within allows you to make bigger moves outwardly with less hustle. Just think about it. The big, meaningful steps, the decisions, they're made from quiet power, from that strength. And this is how, with less effort and less hustle, you achieve so much more than with all of this kind of rushing and chasing. And this is also why your stillness speaks louder. When your stillness is intentional, not just quiet because you got none to say, but quiet because you are intentional, your presence becomes unforgettable. That kind of aura that you have in that moment, that's like fascinating. And being loud without the noise, that actually means that your value isn't in how much you do or say. Remember, when people try to make all that noise, overperform, being the loudest in the room, they are most of the times just trying to prove themselves. However, when you are centered and aligned, you don't feel the need to prove yourself. You know your actions will speak louder than words. And this is how then you know that you're deeply anchored in who you are. And this is actually your invitation to stop proving and start owning your quiet magnetism. Because the woman who leads from energy, she doesn't need to be louder. She just needs to be more her and be anchored in who she truly is. So, if you've been loving this one, wait for this one because you already know I love me a shift to remember. If you're new around here, in every Sunday episode, which is like my long form content, which I'm obsessed with because this is where we really dive deep into all of the shifts of becoming her. And a shift to remember is really what I would love for you to take away from this episode. Also, in every single episode, I'm going to provide you with action steps in both episodes, the Sunday and the Thursday episode, because clearly I want you to walk away from every episode with real shifts and real results. So, this week's shift to remember: true power does not perform, it radiates. Let your energy enter the room before your words ever do. Mic drop. So I'm loving this because it's so powerful. And I feel like specifically when you're caught up in your career, in your everyday life, these are the things that are so powerful but tend to be forgotten if you are not living this. So it urgently needs those reminders to step back into alignment and actually live from this place. So how you want to do that? Action step number 1, start your day with energetic clarity. Like before you check that darn phone, check in with yourself. Like, where is your energy at? Isn't that so much more important for your day and for your life? Like, you own that to yourself. Action step number 2, choose presence over performance. In your next meeting, in your next conversation or pitch, say less, embody more. And by saying less, I'm not saying don't talk at all. I'm just saying speak with intention. People will also tend to listen more when you speak with intention. Action step number 3, release the need to explain. Practice leading with grounded stillness. Let your confidence do the talking. You know, and I've been saying this before, communication is not just words. You communicate with your body language, with the way you move. How do you enter a room? How do you treat people? All of this is doing so much more work for you than overperforming, over explaining. Also, if you are too pushy, that's going to make people feel a certain type of way, because remember, they're all stressed out, and what they do need is somebody who knows their ish. And number 4, you already know your girl's got to have some nervous system work, because I know this is what we all need so much more of. So number 4, obviously, nurture your nervous system. I need you to take a slow, deep breath before every decision, call, or interaction this week. Listen, I know we're all breathing, okay? I assume that, otherwise, you couldn't be listening right now. However, there is a tremendous difference between breathing and taking conscious breath. I mean, I'm not sure if you heard about it, but breath work is a thing. And it's not just kind of hipster wellness kind of in fashion right now kind of thing, but breath work has been around for decades. And there is a real thing over this. Specifically, if you're going through anxiety, if you're feeling all the stress symptoms, breath work is what you want to do, and it's seriously going to regulate your nervous system. So make this a habit, not just a one-time thing. By the way, if you've been loving this and you want to have some more feminine energy reset and elite mindset upgrades for ambitious women, and you really want to become a behind the scenes kind of peeking insider, make sure to sign up for my Sunday mail. I've been loving it. The link is down below in the show notes. Like, if you haven't signed up already, what are you even doing with your Sundays? No. Okay, so before I let you go, I want to give you a little bit of motivation to take action on this one, because I know that if you feel stuck, feeling overwhelmed is a thing, but I really want you to start moving. So, number 1, pause, ground, and lead. You can do this. Listen, you've accomplished so freaking much already. Just look at you, okay? Just look at you. I mean, the past version of yourself 5 years ago, wouldn't she be so darn happy and proud about all the things you've achieved already? Right, this is what I assumed. So pause, ground, and lead. Number 2, I really need you to let your energy speak. Don't go in this trap of thinking that only works do the communication for you, because that's not what it is. You communicate with the way you move, with the way you treat other people, your body language. It is so much more. And that all starts with your energy. And then finally, you really want to anchor into the version of you who does not chase, however, she attracts. And by the way, if you're loving this, make sure to check out my masterclass. You will be obsessed with this one. It was such high energy. It was incredible. The teachings were on point. So if you're interested in this, make sure to check out the link down below. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss out on the next episode, when we will go even deeper into the small shifts that build her. Thank you for listening. Bye.